HMP Pentonville in London is one of Britain's toughest prisons. Over a whole year, for the first time on television, the BBC has followed repeat offenders inside jail, outside on release, and even back inside again.
As mad as it sounds, I felt happy when I come back to jail.
Mick is stuck in a cycle of homelessness and petty offending.
The only way I can survive outside for longer than Friday is to commit crime. This is where we live, because at least we're under the shelter there.
Shennell wants to put a violent past behind him.
Robbery, burglary, offensive weapons, and that sort of stuff.
But life in prison is easier to cope with than life outside.
You're not helping me, Dad. I've come out of jail, man. I want to stop drinking. I need help.
Half of prisoners from Britain's jails re-offend within 1 year. Each one has their own story. $7,500 offenders come in and out of Pentonville every year.
Free criminal damage. On the left-hand side,
Mick Norman is a regular. He's 43 and has 119 offences on his record, most linked to crack and heroin use.
Norman.
This time, he's inside for stealing bottles of spirits, which he sells for cash. Right now, Mick would rather be locked up in Pentonville than free.
In here, I'm safe. I'm clean and sober. I've got a bed, my food's here, I've got a job, I've got tobacco, I've got friends, I've got staff I know. And out there, I'm living at the bottom of a block of flats in a bin shed. No money, I've got no ID, so I'm not claiming. All I need is cuddle, you know. That's all I want, you know, someone to say you'll be alright, you know. It ain't going to be like that, is it? So, my safest place is Pentonville.
Staff do try to prepare repeat offenders for release, but every day there are more urgent challenges to face from Pentonville's many difficult and dangerous inmates.
Don't people bitch anyone in healthcare got a radio to ask, please, bits are out.
Today's duty governor has to deal with a mentally disturbed prisoner who's refusing to take his medication.
He's incredibly aggressive and won't even entertain any staff attempting to help him, which is when we see him spitting at staff and punching staff and throwing things, and he secretes weapons to try and use against the staff, so it's very, very tricky.
A team is taken away from normal duties and sent to the healthcare wing, just to make sure the prisoner gets the treatment he needs.
He's very, very volatile. Even if he is compliant at first, please remain on your guard because he does have a history of staff assault. Keep your shields on because he spits.
Officers must give the prisoner every chance to comply, but make sure they are protected if he hits out.
Face the steps to the left. Okay. Again. Right there. With your left hand down the base of your back. Good man. And now your right. Well done.
Since he refuses medication, staff must manoeuvre him into a position where it can be safely administered. On A-Wing, another new arrival. Shenel Bicet is 36.
Take a seat.
He's been in and out of jail since he was a teenager for robbery, burglary and assault.
Have you been here before?
Yeah.
When was the last time you was here?
Last year.
What's your offence?
Offensive weapon. A lock knife.
Possession of an offensive weapon, yeah?
Yeah.
He's hoping a spell inside can set him straight.
Well, I'm 36, so realistically I've done like 22 years of my life in jail. Outside, it's hard because you got this to do. It's hard. When you come to prison, it's easy. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got your telly, you've got your kettle, you've got your meals 3 times a day. You know what I mean? It's easy. You got no bills to pay, no nothing. Do you know what I mean? So that's how it is. I wanted to come to prison today. Do you know what I mean? Like because it's too much for me out there because I'm an ex-heroin addict and an alcoholic. So for me to come to prison, it helps me come out clean. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I'm here. Do you know what I mean? Because I wanted to give myself a break and, you know.
Outside prison, Shenel has fallen out with his fiancée. He wants his mum to contact her.
What, did you speak to Nina? And what'd she say? We can start again, Mum. Just tell her we can start again and, you know what I mean, Mum? Yeah, but Mum, I still love her and that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go, right, do what I asked you. Just tell her that I love her and, you know, and tell her to write me a letter so I know what's happening.
Shenel will be in Pentonville for 2 months. On C Wing, staff are monitoring a prisoner who is creating a major disturbance.
We have a chap on here, Mr. Kieran. He's been here for several weeks now. He's
that's him now.
That's him now, yeah. He's going home in the next few days, but he seems to be getting maybe anxious about that as well.
The prisoner will be let out of his cell to get his lunch, but Principal Officer Bartley has concerns.
He's been banging his door, he's quite irate, he's making demands about all manner of things. If it comes to a restraint, then what I expect is 3 officers to be doing a restraint and Mr. Lawrence will oversee it.
Outside the servery, the prisoner has thrown a plate of food at another inmate, and officers are forced to restrain him.
Right, stand him up. Stand him up. Right, okay. Mr. Lawrence. Right, okay.
It's not sneezing. We'll take to segregation unit now.
Do that, just
give me a right check. No, not at all, not at all.
Down in the segregation unit, Sean Kieran will be searched, then led to a cell. He is nearing the end of a short sentence for a drunken fight. After 2 hours, Sean is calm enough to explain his fears about leaving jail. He has a drink problem and suffers from depression, and he's wanted more help from the prison.
What's worrying you about getting out?
I've got a lot to not look forward to. I'm probably going to lose my flat. I don't know if the gas and electricity's on. One thing that I've been given help for in the past was, you know, about utility bills, like getting in touch with gas and electricity people to say, you know, yo, I'm in prison. And this time round it's been like I've been asking for someone to amputate an arm off themselves. Point is, I'm an alcoholic and I've been trying my best to stop drinking. And I'm terrified of going out, picking up, as I threatened to do, a bottle of Jack Daniels, and this time chugging it like it was just water. You know, and to hell with the consequences.
Here you can stay clean and sober.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, once you're out in the real world, you know, it's a different matter. I'll get roaring drunk and end up dead somehow under a car. Someone kill me, thinking that I'm going to hurt them, you know.
At Pentonville, prisoners can do courses or attend education classes, but many are locked up 23 hours a day. On G-Wing, Mick Norman is allowed out of his cell to work as a cleaner.
I shouldn't say it, but I've got a bit of a soft spot for Mr. Norman. Norman, you know what they say, a woman's work is never done. I don't know what he does outside, you know, maybe he's a total pain in the arse outside, and his victims probably would have a different thing to say about it, but in here, he's as good as gold.
Mick is currently drug-free, but years trapped in a cycle of prison, addiction and homelessness have left him estranged from his family.
Where do you stay when you go out then? Oh.
Unless I've got safe housing,
yeah,
I'm going to be back. So I'm better off here. You've got me food, you've got a bed.
Yeah. Oh. It's a sorry state of affairs, isn't it?
I'm not the only one, am I?
You've got family outside and everything,
I
haven't
don't
you?
see them.
Where are your kids?
With their mums, with my family. I don't even see them.
Why?
What do you mean to do? Come out of jail and say, oh, I'm back again for a couple of weeks and piss off again, so I'm better off not seeing them, innit? I ain't seen my boy for nearly 2 years. He's 16, he ain't even got a mum. He lives at my mum's house. I've had him since he was a baby.
But how do you know that he feels like that? How do you know that he doesn't want you to come round? And
Because it doesn't matter what he wants, my mum don't want it.
You could write her a letter and just explain how you feel. Give her time to think about it.
I've said it all before.
Yeah, but I just don't think you can sort of give up, really. I just don't think you... I think you just got to keep trying, basically. Keep trying.
Perhaps I will. My son hasn't got a mum or nothing. He's at his grandmother's house. I stay out of contact with him because that's better for him. The best thing I can do is stay away from my mum because then I'm doing the right thing by my son. Till I can be a responsible parent again and a productive member of society. I've got no right to be around him. At the moment he's safe, he's doing well at school, he plays music, he's a mentor for other kids. I'm really proud of him, and I miss him, don't get me wrong. I don't know. He's been boring, you know what I mean?
Mick will be out in just 3 weeks. Local councils seldom offer immediate housing to newly released prisoners, so it's up to the prison's drug support team to try and find him somewhere to sleep. Down in segregation, officers deal with a dirty protest every few weeks. Sean Kieran has now become so desperate about his imminent release that he started one too.
He's put shit on the observation panel. So there's two things there. We can't see him, so we can't do for his protection and his welfare. But we've got to see him.
The level of excrement in there. Yeah. We should get kitted up. Right. Yeah, I think we'll get the white suits on. We'll do it. Because it could end up all over. It's all over the door. Gloves. Access the keys. There you go. Kieran to the back of the cell.
The rules are that dirty protesters must stay in the same cell until they have ended their protest. So, staff have to clean up around Sean Kieran.
It's nothing we've never seen before. It's nothing we'll not see again. We'll just see it every other day. It happens once or twice a month.
Even if they're on a dirty protest, prisoners must be offered food.
Right, Kieran. Stand at the back of your cell.
Sean Kieran is becoming increasingly disturbed.
You have lost now, because even if I get out of here, I'm going to do something really off the fucking grid.
Alright, stand to the back of the cell, that's all you've got.
Fuck you. Fucking hard. Come in here and I'll give you a fucking
Right, Glasgow kiss to make your last. Don't fucking nap! Don't be fucking hard with other men behind you. I know you were old from the playground. Yeah. Thank you.
Back to the same school.
Mine.
It takes another day in the segregation unit for Sean Kieran to bring his protest to an end.
I freaked out. Again. But I'm alright now.
You're alright now?
Yeah.
So you woke up this morning and things felt better?
Yeah, I was thinking a lot more clearly. Making stupid remarks like Glasgow kissing and all that, you know. I suppose in a way it's like false bravado, if you like.
Shennell has been in jail a fortnight. He sobered up and started thinking about what keeps dragging him back inside.
I know what has triggered me off to be like this, like when my dad passed away, like 7 years ago this August. I do think about my dad, but it's hard. Like, I still think my dad's at home, like drinking his whiskey and that, you know. But he ain't. That's what made me go a bit cranky. So I've got to let go, but I don't think I've let go yet.
Though he's calmer inside prison, Shennell is anxious about what's going on outside.
Obviously, I love my girl, innit? I was going to get married to her and all that, but I don't know what's going on. She hasn't even sent me a letter or nothing, so I don't know. I'm irritable, you know what I mean? I mean, it's horrible, man. I'm worried about her, but I don't know if she still loves me or not. I don't know. Just have to find out, wait and see. You know what I mean?
Mick Norman will be freed today, but because his sentence is under 12 months, he'll have no probation officer. He may also have nowhere to stay, and weeks of delay before he can access benefits.
The only way I can survive outside is to commit crime. Where am I going to sleep the night after? What do I eat the day after? Where do I go? What do I do? Where do I wash? Well, I ain't a street beggar. You know what I mean? I'm a grafter, so I'm going to go out and graft to earn me money. Why am I going to sleep on the street when I can go and earn myself £150, £200 in the morning? And I can do the same in the afternoon. I've got to pay for an hotel for a week or so, but it's still the wrong road, isn't it? The worst it can get for me is here. It's the worst that can happen is this. And, I ain't got to pay for this, have I? Sad, I know, but it's true.
Good luck.
Thank you, miss.
Hopefully we won't see you soon.
Hopefully, but...
Right, so...
I've left my bed, as it is.
No, that's not the attitude.
Myself's on hold.
No, well...
For the day.
I hope we don't see you back.
I won't.
Take care.
See you after, miss.
Take
Thanks for
care.
everything, yeah.
See ya.
You've got £15.67 of your own money. We're giving you £7.70 fares, £46 discharge vouchers, a total of £69.37. You happy you got everything?
Yes, miss.
Right, you got to behave yourself. We've got all our breath on that one, ready?
The prison has set up a meeting for Mick at a housing charity, but even if he can tackle all the bureaucracy involved, he has no guarantee of a roof over his head tonight.
Well, I'm out. So, plan is go and get me birth certificate, shoot the tooting back, get me final assessment, try and get the housing benefit forms in. If they accept that, I might be able to get in the property today. If they don't, and I've got to wait more than 4 or 5 days to get in anywhere, I'm not prepared to stay out on the street for 4 or 5 days, so I prefer to come back to Pentonville.
So what do you think your chances of staying out of this jail for the weekend are?
This time round, 60-40.
60-40 in your favour?
Yeah. It's out of my hands, so I've done what I can do. I'll give you a call. I'll go over there.
Mick never did call. A few weeks later, we were to discover why. Sean is leaving too. After getting help from the prison's addiction support team, he feels calm about re-entering the world outside. On the day of his release, he even takes time to write a farewell letter.
This is a letter from Mr. Monaghan, the governor. Thanks to all at the Ville for their tough love, in no particular order of any kind, blah 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 blah. Thanks in the final analysis for looking after me, yours sincerely. Peace and love, Sean Kieran.
But you feel you've been well looked after here?
Yeah, really, because, you know, things are done for a good reason while you're here. You know, you don't always understand why.
A happy customer?
So to speak, yeah. Freedom!
Mel Gibson, Braveheart.
Kieran, yeah? What's the number?
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Look after yourselves, lads.
Despite his anxieties inside jail, Sean still has a home to go to.
Home again, jiggity jig. I've got lots to keep me active, keep me away from trouble. That's my, you know, release from prison to back home.
So far, so good?
Yep.
Shenel Bisa has been waiting for news from the woman he hopes will one day be his wife.
It's been a good week for me so far. I've got 2 letters. She's saying that when I get out, like, we're gonna start again, try for a baby, get married, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's like she's telling me she loves me, which is a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Because I was paranoid. Because when you come to prison, you do get paranoid. Like you think like they're doing something else out there. You know what I mean? But all girls ain't the same. Do you know what I mean? And she's even put like Nina Bisa. So I'm just waiting for her to give a big kiss. You know what I mean? Cuddle.
Reassured, Shenel now gets to work and takes up some of the opportunities the prison has on offer to prepare for life outside.
No one can say I've been sitting down, doing nothing. I'm doing things in jail while I'm in jail. By the end of next month, I will be drug-free. I've got 3 certificates already. I've got change is possible, sorry. And I've got relaxation, and I've got heroin. That was the main one. That was my main one for my drug use, you know. Hopefully, you know, I'll get a job. You know what I mean? And just live a normal life like other people. Because I'm fed up with this. It's not me no more. I've done my time, you know what I mean? I've served my time.
Another repeat offender, Graham Shields, is nearing the end of a 16-month sentence for robbery. Graham is 32 and has been a shoplifter for over a decade. He had a steady job, but gradually crack cocaine took over.
I feel kind of guilty of the way that I turned out, but crack's quite a powerful drug and it drains your soul kind of thing. I was working for a commercial artist company at the time, Curry, and I lost my job there. I was become unreliable, I stopped eating. So then I started going out shoplifting every day like it was a job, kind of thing, getting up, go and hit a couple of shops, go and sell that, put the money in my pocket, go and smoke crack.
Graham was just one of those people who I've probably seen him coming into prison probably 6-7 times in the space of 18 months. We'd always have sort of a bit of a conversation about what had gone wrong for him this time.
How many times have you been in jail, Graham?
About 42 times since '98. I started coming to jail, so it's quite a few times.
42 times?
Yeah, including this time. No.
Graham will be out of prison again in 3 weeks. This time, the authorities have him in their sights. Because he's a prolific offender, it's a top priority to stop him committing crime. Shenel Beiser completes his prison sentence today. He leaves Pentonville sober and focused.
Going home this morning. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait to get out that door. Can't wait.
Did you sleep last night?
No, not really. Not really. It's hard. Yeah, I feel positive. I don't want to do what I used to do, come out, smoke drugs and drink and this, that and the other, you know what I mean? I want to come out straight-headed and, you know what I mean? I want to change my way now.
Put your index finger on that red light.
Unlike many who walk out of these gates, Shenel will at least have somewhere to stay with his fiancée Nina.
Yeah, Babs.
Oh, darling. Oh, I miss you so much.
In recent years, Shenel has failed to stay out of jail for long. Now he will try again. Mick Norman lasted just 2 weeks outside jail. Homeless, he shoplifted to get himself put back inside. But this time, he was sent to a prison where he didn't feel at home. And now he's out again.
How are you? Hello, Michael. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm a bit of getting out of there. I've been all around the country in prison. That's the worst one I've been to. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was it different from Pentonville?
Different. I mean, you get fed Sunday lunchtime. You don't get another hot meal till Monday night. 29 hours between meals. So back to Pentonville. That's put me up with jail. That's put me off from coming back. Send anyone to Norwich. Right. Send anyone to Norwich, yeah. I've spent 14 and a half years living up in prisons. Most of it on my mind. You know, it's a fucking long time. I'm getting nowhere fast. I'm getting older, slower. You know, the chances of getting caught are a lot greater. There's cameras everywhere. I'm known. I'm sick of it. Hopefully, it's my last look at the jail. Hopefully. I can't remember what fucking normal was. You know, we all mugs in prison. I'm a mug for being in prison. But that's all I fucking know. We all get on. We all know each other. I've never gone to prison. 30 odd prisons I've been to. I've never walked into prison and not known somebody. I always know someone. Hello, Mickey. How's it going, son? Same shit, different fucking day. I live that side of the stadium. They never show this side of the stadium. Come over and have a look. Come and go 10 billion. Boy, they can't find me a fucking bed. This is the proper strap. That's the new stuff. Built for the image. This is the old stuff. Strap the centre. Come on. Take you to my world. I'll give him breakfast over there every morning because she's free. Because there's a big queue. You can eat some big sandwiches and a bottle of Coca-Cola. Life of a shoplifter. That's what he is. Hey, look. I'm just living here. Look, walk there. I'm out there. Look. I'm saying, there you go. Look, it's 40 quid. I'm going to get 15 quid on that. No one would have noticed, you know what I mean? So it all depends how it works. I could say, Dave, fuck it, I'll be alright till after Christmas. Go back to Pentonville, go to Belmarsh, I'll be alright, know the officers, get on the white. I don't want to. You know, I've done my last day in prison as far as I'm concerned, I've made my mind up.
Mick is homeless and has only his prison discharge grant to live on. But for once, he'll now seek money and shelter the legal way. Graham will shortly be released from prison and will complete the last 8 months of his sentence outside in the community. At the local probation office, plans are being made to handle his release.
Yeah, Graham's coming out and we're going to take him straight to Norman House. Kevin's coming as well, the police officer, so he's going to come with us in the car. He has a really poor record of compliance with probation and he is literally a revolving door where it really is catch and convict, because he doesn't engage and he's never complied with any type of orders.
Graham has been put on a new scheme called Integrated Offender Management, which targets the most prolific criminals to stop them reoffending.
This is the biggest stick and the biggest carrot that he's had.
Inside jail, Graham gets work experience. Outside, he'll have a job placement and a hostel place. But if Graham doesn't play ball, probation will send him straight back to jail.
If you reoffend, you will be recalled to the end of your sentence.
I feel different this time, I do. I was saying I do. I don't know what it is, like to say what I've done different or anything like that, but inside, I don't know whether it's to do with maybe having been away a bit longer, because in the past, prison hasn't worked for me.
If Graham can leave them prison gates and stay clean for the first night, then I will be really, really happy with that and really also pleasantly surprised.
Shennell has been out for 11 days. He has got a place to stay with his fiancée, Nina, but he started drinking. And today he's been involved in a serious car accident, which he can't remember.
I just see you bounce off the fucking bonnet, roll onto the top and roll off the back. Right? And I mean, this kid's come quite fast, really. Well, I don't know what speed, but it was fast. People that weren't just stopping the street, everyone's like that. Women are crying, holding their mouths. Right? I'm screaming with blood all over my hands. Just seems like nothing ever right fucking happens right for him, do you know what I mean?
Like many newly released offenders, Shennell is also struggling to get his first regular benefits payments.
I come out of prison, about 14 days ago, yeah?
Yeah.
It was like, you know what I mean, I'm due my money, and because my claim ain't been sorted out in this, basically I've had to, like, ask people on the street for money and that, which I have been doing. They're telling me I've got to go back to the job centre, they've paid me incorrectly, they give me £36, and I've got to go back to put it in writing so they can fax it over, and then that's why I'm gonna fucking commit crime.
Johnny, you're too old for this shit now, man, come on. It's not worth it.
But I'm not fucking having it. I'm not happy. I'm not fucking happy at all. I'm not fucking happy. Fucking hell. So I've got to phone these people up and try and get across this road. But you can't give me no money. Right, so how do I get my crisis loan done then? That's a joke, man. That's why I got knocked over. This is where I was here. That's why I was here. I was dead. I was dead. I was dead, man. I was dead. I was dead, but I'm still living. How much is your Super Skull?
Shennell has stayed drug-free, but alcohol has him in its grip once again, and he soon finds all his plans falling away.
If my dad was here, he would have helped me.
Yeah, but he's not, honey, so we got each other and me.
It just was, my dad was here, man.
Just trying to say, are you alright?
No, I'm not.
She knows that. Just see Daddy's hurting. She can see Daddy's hurting. I told you I'd come to bereavement counselling with you. We'll deal with all that. We'll go anger management. keep you occupied, and myself, you know, and we can get through this, hon. We can. Do you know what I mean? We can, Bubba. We can. Maybe. Yeah? We're gonna do this, yeah?
Try,
No. Well, trying's better than nothing.
Three months after his release, Sean Kieran hasn't gone back to drink.
How's it going? Good. Yeah? Good.
With help from a local charity, he's taking the first steps to free himself from addiction.
At the moment, you're in a good place, and I haven't seen you in this place since I've known you.
Bottom line, I'm turning my back on the booze. It sounds a bit vague, but, you know, I've had sort of glimpses of happiness, you know? Whereas before, I was just sort of like muddling through and just coping and just going through the motions, if you like, of life. Every time I see a bottle anywhere, every time I see a pub or an off-licence, I mentally say Expelliarmus to it.
What's that
From Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Yeah. That's a defensive spell. Yeah.
Graham will leave prison tomorrow. Once he's out, he wants to stay clean and rebuild bridges with his family.
See, my relationship with my dad's not a good one, kind of thing. He's kind of old school, old man. He's what's drugs, kind of thing. Like, if you want to stop taking them, just stop taking them, kind of thing. It's easy. Just get a job, and I think that's what he thinks. I don't know what he thinks because I've never actually asked, kind of thing. So, but he's not well, and I don't want to just go and fix up relationship because he's not well. But I want to fix up relationship so that we can have a relationship, kind of thing. Whether that means just come around every couple of days to see that they're all right. Maybe take him to church or something. I think he would like to do that if I could somehow do that.
What I need to do is sign and date a copy of your licence, 16/3/12.
My stomach starts changing up, butterflies kind of thing. I'm excited as well. I'm really excited about getting out, but that still doesn't take away the fact that it's a bit of a frightening experience.
Most repeat offenders walk alone from the prison gate.
Road. You all right, Rachel?
Because Graham is on the IOM scheme, he is met by probation and a plainclothes police officer. The first hours and days outside are a critical period.
So how can you tell me you're lonely?
Mick Norman has been out 2 days. He's still homeless and his prison cash is running out.
I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. This is where we live, because at least we're under the shelter there. Through that hole there, through there's a big room, but we ain't sure what's in there at the moment. There's some candles in there, might be able to brighten it up, a bit of paper or something. But
Can you show me that?
yeah, of course. In here, we've got a big lump of carpet we put in there. We ain't put it down yet, because we haven't sorted the floor out yet. But we might put a bit of white emulsion on it, get a few candles in there and brighten up. That'd do for the winter. We've got nowhere. This is where we've all been living.
So you slept here the other night?
I've slept here since I come out, yeah. David's an Amanita.
Yeah, I beg.
Yeah, he begs, that's what he does.
That's what's the only thing. But before that, yeah, I was in and out of jail all my life.
How long have you been here, David?
6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, this time 6 months, yeah, on the road.
What's it like sleeping here every night?
Bad.
Very, very bad.
It ain't nice, because you get people coming into the car park and they look at you like you're a bit shit.
Like, but anyone could, they could all be homeless tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's life in Stratford.
Over the next days, Mick persists with his attempts to get housing and benefits.
There's no possibility of housing anywhere coming out of that, is there? Yeah. Don't laugh. So are you ringing up about the job centre appointment you're trying to sort out, or are you ringing up about the community care grant? And I'm looking to see if there's accommodation available with you still.
Then Mick gets some welcome news. His son, whom he hasn't seen for nearly 2 years, wants to meet him.
He's made contact with me, and since then we've been texting, and hopefully our next day or two I'll go and meet him when he's not busy and I'm not busy, and I'm really looking forward to it, you know. He said, oh, Dad, don't do it for Nan, for the family, for me. Dad, just keep with it, you know, and it's really given me a boost today, and I've got to, because I was, you know, you need that support, you need a cuddle now and again, you know what I mean, and, yeah.
Today, Shennell is at court. He's due for sentencing on an old public order offence. There's a risk he'll be sent back behind bars. The outcome is crucial for his and Nina's future, but he's drinking again. In the middle of the hearing, Shennell storms out of court.
My solicitor's saying now that because they're saying that I ain't been cooperative with these lot, I could be going to prison.
The details of the court case become a flashpoint.
Joe Shennell, you don't listen to shit, mate.
If you go in, well, how about you do it,
down
mate?
in St John's right way.
Go
no,
in
he
there.
turned up to that one. That's not the one.
Go
it's
in.
the St John's one.
Yeah, but they've got access to the computer.
Taking that fuck over mine as well. Yes, you are. You're letting them talk to me. It's a shit.
She didn't take none of his fuck.
Shut up, Shennell. It's just no one else's business, yeah?
In the end, Shennell wasn't given another prison sentence. Instead, the court gave him a strict community order. He must get treatment for his alcohol problem under weekly supervision from probation. Nina is now desperate for Shennell to change.
It's fucking affecting me. I'm so upset. Today even, again, he was going to cause more trouble and we're waiting for a verdict sitting outside the fucking court. I mean, I've made my fucking mistakes. I have, please believe me, I have fucked up in my life, big time. I have fucked up. Do you know what? I just want my life back and it don't seem to be happening with this man. Don't seem to be happening. If you want to make a change, make a fucking change, man, do it. Don't blame it on everyone else. It's everyone else's fucking fault, innit? It's the system, it's this, it's that. Fucking deal with it yourself. Sorry, that's... No.
Graham has been out 3 days. Today he is booked for a work placement as a trainee gardener. Every time he's left jail before, he's gone straight back to crack cocaine, heroin and shoplifting. But this morning, he's at work on time.
This is a Norway maple, yeah, that's chickweed. And I don't know what that one is.
That's a leaf. This is positive. This has changed what I'm doing. I don't do this. I don't come, in the past I haven't come out of prison and gone into work or anything like that. I'm keeping myself busy and out of trouble by doing this, you know, so that's not to say that I'm saying I've cracked it or anything. It's the first day, but I hope it's the first of many.
In 3 days' time, Graham is due at probation. In the past, he's never managed to attend.
Half an hour late now.
How long are you going to be?
How Hello? Oh, brilliant. Okay, thank you. Bye. Graham Shields is here.
Quick. He was quick.
I couldn't sleep last night.
Graham has got through his first 5 days out of prison.
How do you feel about how far you've come already?
I feel good about it.
You're going to your meetings, you're doing everything that's required of you as well on your licence. Just keep taking it one day at a time, but so far, I'm feeling really positive, do you know what I mean?
All right, Ben.
But Graham was about to get some tragic news. One week after release, and Mick is still on the streets. But he's about to see his son for the first time in 2 years, and he wants to look his best.
Look, this is nice American pair of shoes.
Any old rags?
Have a look. I don't know what size.
They're not shoes.
Well, they're a bit obviously worn off, but...
Yeah, they fit as well. Yeah, that'd do for me.
Yves Saint Laurent, look at that. Designer label,
Yeah, thank
lovely.
you.
How are you feeling about it?
Excited, nervous. He's a young man now, isn't he? Hello, boy. You alright, yeah?
Yeah.
I've been
Sorry.
good.
Huh?
Right, you aren't, you do. You do.
You alright?
Good, yeah.
All good then.
Let's walk up here. Size ya. Well.
6'2".
Fucking look, come on.
All Nan's done is just been praising you and saying about how well you're doing and that you're actually trying. Yeah, but college ain't going too bad either.
What are you studying there?
Performing arts.
Just performing arts?
Yeah, it's a performing arts college.
Oh.
That's why I love it. It's full of dancers. There's like 40, 50 girls. They just go around the college in tutus all day.
I don't care what happens to me. If you never spoke to me again, Nan didn't, Jay didn't, and everyone didn't, I'd have to get on with it. I still wouldn't go back to prison. I can't make fuck all up for you. All I can do is tell you that I'll be there in the future.
You will do. Don't get upset.
You can't help yourself, you know what I mean? I'm fucking like a bitch, you know what I mean? Boy. Yeah, it's just emotions, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Oh, by the way, you're a little Michael now.
I'm not a little Michael now, I know, but it's, yeah. I've got to do, whatever happens, I'm not going back to prison, you know? The drink and drugs is out the window, and if I've got to sleep up a tree for the next 3 weeks, I will. I'm off. Listen, I love you.
You too.
Listen, I'll give you a ring tomorrow, I'll give you a text later. It's only when you get a bit older and you've looked at what you lost and the time you missed out on things that you realise what really matters. And at 43 now, I realise what matters is your mum and your dad and your family and your kids. Because without them, you got fuck on. I need to see him, guys. That's just give me the boost for the next few weeks, whatever I face. I could not let that boy down again.
When we met Channel again, he'd spent the previous night sleeping rough, believing his relationship was over.
And you're not in the flat anymore?
No.
So you've been sleeping on benches?
In the park, yeah. And hybrid. I'm that close from committing a crime. I haven't done it for 5 months, but I will. I'm telling you, I will. I just want my life on track. That's all I'm crying for, man. My life on track. It just seems like I'm not getting it.
As part of his sentence, Channel's progress must now be monitored every week by a probation officer.
Channel's, particularly his most recent offending issues, are all linked to his alcohol very much, getting into altercations with people, becoming violent, being threatening and abusive in his language and his behaviour. So that, I guess, is why the court was so keen to throw this opportunity for alcohol treatment, because if Chanel can look at that and address that, a lot of the risk, you know, may dissipate.
Detox is available for Chanel, but first he must attend group assessment. And so far, he's told probation that although he desperately wants detox, he won't go to the group.
You're meant to be putting me in a fucking detox. What's going on, mate? Okay. You're doing nothing. Where's my detox? I want a detox.
I know. We've talked.
No. You know what, Dad? Let me tell you something. Breach me, mate. Breach me. Because I'd rather do my detox in jail, wouldn't it? I want to do my detox in jail.
Okay.
Right? I'm getting pissed off waking up like this every fucking morning. Dad, you know what, mate? Do what you got to do, mate. I've come here, I've seen you, you're talking shit to me.
You haven't. You haven't let me talk at all.
Right,
You've come in.
Right, talk.
Okay, can we... So my understanding of the situation was that there's also this thing called the options group, which is down at the Margaret Centre, which I think you would have to go to that as part of the...
What am I going to go and sit in a group for? For what?
Because that's part of the process of being referred to.
No. I am not going, and I'm telling you that now. Right? I've got a drink problem, and I want help with it. I'm not going to sit in a fucking group and talking shit. Sorry, Dan. I'm not doing it.
It's really hard for me to help you when you come in like this. When you come...
Because,
no.
Are you blaming me? I'm sleeping in the park.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff
Where were you sleeping? Where were you sleeping?
That's not really relevant.
No, it is irrelevant.
Why is that relevant?
Where were you sleeping? In the house? Yeah. Or a flat? Right. And I'm sleeping in the park. Okay. What? That's not relevant.
Okay.
Thank you.
Graham was working at the garden centre when his boss received a call.
I had a phone call from this woman who introduced herself as Graham's mother, and she said, I've got some awful news. Graham's father's died. And I just said, Graham, would you come back with me to the office? And he looked at me not knowing what's going on, and I just said, sit down, I've got something to tell you. And I just did think, this is a likely trigger for him to go back on the drugs again.
Graham's not doing so well at the moment, and so he's been recalled on his licence. He provided 3 positive drug tests in a row. You know, it's tragic. You know, you work with these offenders, and just as they're getting their foot on the ladder, you know, something else tragic happens.
Once probation has recalled Graham to prison, it's the police's job to arrest him. But Graham cannot be found at any known address. He's on the run. For Chanel, things are starting to go right, despite all his problems. 7 months after leaving prison, he is cooperating with probation and has got assessment for detox. He has stayed off drugs, out of trouble, and his bond with Nina survives.
He's my baby, I love him. I love him to bits. We want what everyone wants. We just want a normal life. I don't want to be meeting any other people, anyone else. Do you know what I mean?
Can I talk to someone about getting married?
Yeah, just go to the registry office.
Right.
You go straight down first.
These are the documents you need to bring. So you need to make an appointment for it. You need to come in together for the appointment.
We're getting married. Can't wait, man. It's the longest I've ever been out of prison. Thanks to Nina, you know. If it weren't for Nina, I don't know what I'd be doing now.
After 4 weeks of trying, Mick Norman finally got a place to stay. Then things moved on quicker than he could ever have imagined.
The place I got, which is a studio flat.
I ain't Buckingham Palace, but I'm grateful, you know, it's big enough for me. In that time, I've moved in there. Within 2 weeks, my boys landed on me. Mum's run, can I take my son back? Over the moon, who would have said that 3 months ago? Or 2 months ago, that you're going to have your son live with you?
Mick's new role is to get a teenager out of bed in time for college.
I bet he's still asleep. Things in the fridge, darling. This is in your place anyway.
Yeah, nice big room.
Yeah, got the kitchen there. Got a decent bathroom there. Decent shower. Got plenty of toiletries out there and plenty of towels. What else do you need? When you used to get living in an 8x12 cell for years. I mean, this is like luxury, isn't it? I spoiled that. Nah, he's alright, he's good stuff. He's on his own journey, you know. What you lost?
Nothing.
The other blue ones are there.
I'm not looking for the blue ones. Then I've got to sort out the laces on them because they got that tight the other day, yeah? I literally had to cut the laces in order for me to get off.
Oh, it's because like, when we grew up, we used to have to undo our laces and then do them up when we put them on.
No.
Not just tie them up once and then slip them on.
First of all, my dad's been walking around in these, yeah? Yeah, a £70 pair of exclusive Adidas trainers. Whose are they? Mine.
Who cooks?
Huh?
Who cooks? Who does the shopping? Who does the washing? Eh?
No comment.
No comment. Don't have a shower. My life revolves around crime, around addiction, around alcoholism. Everything in my life that I thought was gone, lost, never coming back, all the, you know, for the last couple of years when I've been going back to prison because I've been homeless, everything I've lost, I've suddenly got back. I'm not allowed to fail, I don't want to fail.
Graham Shields had been recalled to prison after the death of his father. But he evaded arrest by the police for a month. Now he's back at Pentonville.
I was engaging this time. I know I mucked up, but I was.
You were
trying
engaging brilliantly. It was just a shame that you couldn't maintain that.
As mad as it sounds, I felt happy when I come back to jail because I knew that was it.
Yeah, it was over.
That was it. I thought, you know what? I knew I didn't have to look over my back no more because I'm walking down Holloway Road thinking, is this the time?
Yeah, yeah.
When I did use, I wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah,
kind of thing. I'm not saying it's different if I was going out and I'm enjoying the smoking or I was having a good time on it or I weren't.
Yeah. We live and learn, don't we, Graham?
Yeah, of course.
Graham's brief period of success on the outside has given him some consolation.
He died 5 days after I got out, so I didn't get a lot of time with him. But I'm just glad that he seen me going to work and doing positive things rather than I come out, spend my money on crack and heroin, and then I'm only coming around to borrow money, for instance.
The good news is in my experience of probation, the fact that he went that far means that next time he'll go that far, and hopefully we'll just keep getting a little bit further each time.
Well, coming in and out of prison and things like that, I know if I don't change, I'll be doing it again and again and again and again.